This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I've had enough. I've gotten up from my desk and I'm leaving my office. Let's just do exactly what the narrator says.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
But they all left their computers on, too. Hello? Hello? It's kind of creepy. Where is everybody? Guys? What? Is it a... Did I come in on the weekend? Is this the Rapture?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just go in the door on my left. Hello? Is anybody... Everybody left their computers on. Hello? Anybody? Oh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Financial panic meeting? Group 42 office. Oh, there was an office party. Is this the day of the office party? Did I miss the party? Is everybody out at the party? Get Chris out of the broom. What is Chris doing in the broom closet again? Hire somebody to fire the paper synergies guy. Who moved my desk? Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect? Oh. What is this? Number of slides on this slide. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Yeah, it looks about right. We got here, bi-quarterly review. 402 want to get rid of the desk sport portion of the primary review schedule. Oh, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water coolers. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to the teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in the teenage demographic. Big net, some sort of child trap. That's great. Synergize core values, expenditures. Shift global market paradigms and monetize free to play. Monetize free to play? What's in this broom closet?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
So you sure there's nothing in here? Maybe if I close the door, look around? There could be something in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I mean, it's a nice room, though. I mean, is that a pair of pliers and there's some duct tape and I don't know what that is.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
Well,
as it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
No, there's got to be something to interact with. I mean, look, there's some screws there, and what is that? That's something I...
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
I'm not.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm trying to... I want to know what this stuff is. There could be something interesting in here, Mr. Narrator.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, this mop bucket looks really, really suspicious. And then what's this?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Maybe.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Well, there's even a broom in the broom closet. Look at that.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Hey!
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Hey!
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
You're not going to scare me out of the room. Something's going to happen here.
Well,
Look.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
What?
You're dead.
What?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Really?
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay. Just give me a second. There's some interesting, like there's that light bulb up there. Maybe I could... You can't jump, can you? No, I can't jump. All right, Mr. Narrator, you got me.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay, enough. I'm back on track, okay? We're going to the boss's office. That's what you wanted.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You got it. Here we go. Is this... Oh, that was quick. Is the boss even here? Hello? It's over here. That's the executive bathroom. I can't get in there. I guess I'm not an executive. Boss? Is the boss here? Boss? Sir?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
What?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Oh.
2845. But of course,
What?
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
No, I couldn't know that.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I'm a genius!
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh my god. Right here. Look at this! What is that? Why does the boss have this in his office? Where's... Stayed open? Okay. I want to know I'm going to be able to get out of here. What is this?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. I like the idea that my question won't go unanswered. What is that? Like a
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
All right, we'll humor him. So what do we got in here? Computer to desk?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Am I meant to... I have to go this way? Look at all the TV screens. So... a bunch of desks here and... what are you?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What is this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Apparently. An elevator? Okay.
No. He refused to believe it.
I don't believe it.
He couldn't accept it.
I won't accept it.
His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never!
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
No!
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I hope not.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yeah.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dismantle the controls. What is this? It's like a 4. How do I dismantle the controls? I'll find a way. We're going to tear this thing apart. We got numbers. I can't do it there. Maybe we gotta just right into the facility power, maybe? Oh. Let's tear it down. Power to the people.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Wow. Ask 431 for a pencil. 431, as procedure, did not respond. No, that's weird. All right, turn it off. Oh, what did I do?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What a beautiful place. Freedom.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm so happy. Complete happiness. And we're back in the office. Okay, guys, so that's we're going to call it there for that one. Come back next time, and we're going to try... We're just going to keep playing Stanley Parable until we can start repeating things. We're going to see how many of these endings that we can get. So this is StephenFlagg. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe. Check you later!